Don't dead weight me. Oh my goodness. Was that so hard? You have to make everything harder than it is, eh? My goodness. You're just the most dramatic dog. Hmm? Are you a drama queen? Really better make sure that I turn it on this time. Hi everyone, welcome back to What's Sewing On. Today I'm going to be making a super simple sweater dress. I've been eyeing this McCalls pattern 6757 for quite some time now, and I think it would make the perfect sweater dress. I really love this view C. I love the pleated neckline, the long sleeves. It's just such a nice blouse, and I think it would be a really cool sweater dress. So I'm hoping I can make this pattern and just extend it to make it more of a dress. I don't own anything like this, and I've honestly not seen any kind of shirt or sweater with this type of a neckline for quite some time. Might be because it's from 1979, but I still just think it's such a pretty detail. It's very elegant, but very classic as well. So I think it's just gonna make such a nice dress. I'm hoping. It was pre-cut. I did thrift it. It's about 2 sizes too big, so I don't really think I'm going to have to add any extra width to it because it's still going to be pretty slouchy on me. I want it to be a bit of an oversized sweater, but not too big. And I think what I'm going to do is make it just a pullover sweater, so that means I don't have to do the zipper in the back. There's also little details of buttons down the sleeves. Again, I wanted to make a simple sweater, and I want it all about the neck, so I'm not going to do those as well. So I think I'm just going to jump right into it. I'll show you the fabric. I did show the fabric in my 2021 fabric haul video. It is a long, big piece of jersey knit material. It is gold. It has a bit of a sheen to it, which I think will look really great with the pleats. And there's quite a bit there, so I'm not worried about the length. So I'll show you the fabric and get cutting. I was really confused when I cut the pattern piece out because you actually trace it open, not on the fold, which I'm used to. And I understand now because obviously there's an increase and decrease around the waist and hips. So it doesn't line up perfectly, so you can't really cut it on the fold. But because I'm turning this into a dress, this increase here is fine for me because I don't want it to be tight. Then what I did was the natural waistline is here. So I wanted to add about 21 inches. So I've just gone down and I've made 21 inches. I'm going to go over with chalk just so I can cut it better, but for now it's just pinned. And I can always hem it a little bit shorter if I want, or a bit longer if that's what I'd rather, but I have to see once I try it on. So I want to make sure I have plenty of room at the bottom. And then everything else is basically exactly the same. The sleeve pattern fits perfectly, and I definitely have enough room for the bottom. So now that it's all laid out, I'm just gonna cut it up and then we're gonna start putting it together. Start a sweater dress channel because this is the easiest thing I've ever made, like to date. Obviously I still have a lot to do, but that was quick. So I put in the pleats. Obviously I have to see once it's sewn together. I thought the pleats were going to be more dramatic. Maybe they will be once I put them on, but on the picture it looks like they're like down here, and this is like just at the top. Oh, might turn out like crap. There's water droplets from the dog's wet paws running around down here. So now it's just pinning it all together, sewing it up, and then I can start on the sleeves. Hi. Hello. Hi. Hello, puppy time. Puppy time. Okay, we're not jealous. We're not jealous. Careful of your toes. Careful of the toe. Ah, get out of my coffee. Attack of the fluff balls. Fluff ball attack. Oh. Okay. We're chatting. Okay. I know. Oh, are we talking? Oh, you're all over my crap. Is this puppy time? We interrupt this message. Oh, with a ooze. Get off my pattern. Thank you for the puppy break. It was lovely. Body break. I'm happy for the supervision. Assistant to the regional manager. And you're the regional manager. All right, you two. Kick rocks. I can still see you. Thank you. I don't know. I do like the neckline. I think it's different. I think I'm gonna unpick some of here just to bring it a little bit wider at the neck, just because I think it's a little too tight, especially since I don't have a zip in the back. I can get it over my head, but even just having my hair like this, it was kind of difficult. So I think if I just open it up, bring it down just a little bit, that might help. And then this, I feel like it's going way too far off my shoulder. So I think I just might add another 1/2 inch pleat on both sides. So then it would end at the tip of my shoulder blade where I think it should go, and then it would give it a little bit more ruching. I have no idea. But I did want a flowy dress, and it is a flowy dress, but I don't know if this is just too big, because right now it's below my knee. So maybe if I hem it quite a bit, I don't know. I think what I'll do, I'll fix the neck, I'll fix the arms, I'll go in and I'll put the sleeves in, try it on again, and then I'll make a decision if I want to keep it flowy, and I'll make a decision of how short I want to hem it. Je sais pas. Sleeve time. Baste it together and see how it works. Oh no, my leg is asleep. Oh my god, I can't even push my foot down, it's asleep. Ooh. My hair is taking a beating trying this thing on. I'm fancy. Let's just ignore this side. I think having it knee length is making it a little bit too paper baggish. And I feel like now that have it and I've tried it on, it's like if I went to a store and I saw it and was like, ooh, I like this. And then I tried it on and was like, no. So I'm kind of feeling like that right now, but since I'm making it, I can't just like put it back on the shelf. So I'm just gonna try to make it work. And hopefully it's something that I either end up really liking, but I think cutting it mid-thigh will probably help. Anyways, I'm gonna give it a shot. I think I need to shorten it. I need to cut off at least 7 inches. and then hem it probably 1.5 inches. So that's what I'm gonna do now. And I hope I don't turn it into a t-shirt.
Around in the town, all loved to dance with young Brown, but they all knew Miss Pearl. She was there with a stare that said, go on if you dare, but you could hardly blame them.
To avoid the stitch line of the hem of the sleeves and the hem of the dress, I folded it over once, stitched it around, then I folded it again, and then I hand stitched a ladder stitch all around the base of both, creating an invisible hem.
Dancing around.
Away from thinking every single thing I'm going to make is going to be, you know, better than the last time, or it's going to be this great vintage dress or vintage outfit, that sort of thing, because I am building my own wardrobe. I'm building pieces that I've made myself, so I'm going to need those pieces that are just basic pieces that I can just wear if I'm running errands, if I'm going out for dinner, if I'm just lying around on the couch and going to work. Even though I don't do half of those things anymore, I still need pieces where I can do that, and I think this is definitely one of those pieces. It's super comfortable. I love that it's flowy. I think it's still pretty, and it's still kind of a little bit more classic because of the neckline, so it gives it a little bit something extra, but at the same time, it's just something that I can just throw on and go. I'm really happy that I didn't do the zipper and I didn't do the buttons, because again, it just gives it that more basic look. The one thing with it is a little bit tight to get in and out of, but for the most part, it's no problem. The only thing, I'm just gonna have to make sure I do my hair and makeup after I put it on, which isn't a big deal anyways. My other issue is the color. It's not a color that I normally have. I know it's because I don't see it properly. I know it's a kind of gold with a little bit of brown in it, but I don't see yellow properly. So to me, it kind of looks more of a greeny brown, and I just don't really know how to make that work into my wardrobe. So I paired it with blacks. That's something I'm gonna have to try to figure out what else I can pair it with. I think if I made it again, I don't know why, but I kind of want more pleats at the top. I want to make it a little bit more dramatic, but at the same time, maybe it's just because in the photo, like it looks, you know, more pronounced. But again, this is just a drawing. It's not actually a photo of a person wearing it. So maybe that's just drawn in to make it look a little bit more dramatic. Also, I was thinking maybe it's because I used jersey knit and that's not jersey knit. So it could just be a different fabric. But then I should have done this before. I looked on the back and you can actually make blouse C or D with synthetic jersey or cotton knits. And I made C. So you can. And I don't know why I didn't read that before. So note to self, read front and back of envelope also before starting the work. So it still could be because I made it a dress and it's not a blouse, so maybe it's pulling the pleats a little bit more. I did add the extra pleat on there because I felt the shoulders were, you know, they were further down here, and I'm happy they're more up here now. But all in all, I'm really happy with it. Again, it's something that I can just wear every day. It's something I can wear on to be comfortable. So I'm going to call this one a win because I will definitely wear this in the future. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, and I hope you subscribe. I will see everybody on Friday for my next video. From McCalls. Are you kidding me? Make sure that I can still get my head through the head hole. The neck hole? The neck hole. That's the word. Subscribe. I don't know why I did that with my face. And why am I sitting down like that? That's weird. Video distraction. Wow, I completely blanked on what else I want to say. And all I said was hello. If you did, please give it a like. Why am I doing that with my face? Like and subscribe. Are we doing the whole video like this? You're probably gonna get down in like 2 seconds because you didn't finish your breakfast, and I know you're gonna remember in that pea brain that you're hungry. Thanks. Oh my god, this is so adorable.
Alright, get out of here. I'm playing video games. Beat it.
From the top. Honestly, the only thing I can think of right now is the movie I watched last night, which is simply Irresistible on Amazon Prime, and it's from like 1999 with Jennifer Love Hewitt and the guy from Boondock Saints. It was just such a good movie. It was like the epitome of a crappy chick flick. It had romance, it had magic, it had insane dialogue. It was quite frankly bizarre. And it was just, you just know that the creators of the movie were just making it as weird as possible. Like they weren't even trying to hide that fact, which made it even more funny. It's just, I can't get it out of my brain. And the one thing that like made me laugh super hard was at the end of the movie, there's a crab in a top hat. Guess what I have?